Hi everyone, it's Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a quick core workout for you on the reformer. No props needed for this workout. We are going to go ahead and get started with your foot bars all the way down, a heavy and a light spring on your reformer, and then we're going to go ahead and lie ourselves down. If you want your head rests up or down, you can have them up or down. That's personal preference there. And then when we get down onto our reformers, we are going to reach behind us and grab our short loops into our hands. Now, once we grab a hold of our short loops, arms are going to go straight up to the ceiling. My hands are right over my shoulders, like right over my chest. My bra line is anchored down into the carriage here. I'm in a neutral, and then I'm going to bring my knees right up into a tabletop position with my legs zipped together. We're going to start with ab curls here. So on an exhale, we're going to press our arms down, nod our chin towards our chest. We're curling up into those abdominal curls, and then we're inhaling as we return back down with control. So again, we're exhaling to press, curl ourselves up, inhaling to return back down. We want to think a nice fluid movement here when we curl, so it's not arms and then we curl up. It's at the same time as we press, we nod the chin to the chest, we curl to the bra lines, and then we inhale to return. Let's do 3 more here. And 2. And then last one. Now when we come up into our curl, we are going to hold ourselves up here. I'm going to inhale, dip my right toes down towards my springs down to the platform. Exhaling as I lift my knee up. Inhale, dip the left toes down, and then exhaling as we lift. So inhale, dip, exhale to lift our knees back up into that tabletop position. Arms stay nice and long, wrists stay long. Inhale, dip, exhale, lift, dip, and lift. Let's do one more right, one more left. Then when that left leg comes up, we're going to pause. We're going to inhale, dip both toes down towards our wooden platform, scoop into the low abs as we lift both knees back up. Inhale as we dip down, exhaling as we lift back up. So again, I'm just hinging at the hips a dip, scooping into my low abs to pull my knees back into my tabletop position. Make sure arms, wrists stay long. If the necks are an issue, heads can always go down. Let's do 2 more here. And then last one. Now, when we come up, arms are going to go up, shoulders, heads down, relax our feet. We can give ourselves a little stretch, sway the knees, hug them, stretch them. That's up to you, whatever feels best in your bodies to stretch. And then we're going to add in some leg extensions for this next one. So let's go arms up to the ceiling, knees back up into our tabletop position, legs zip together. On an exhale, we're going to press, curl ourselves up into our abdominal curls, hold. I'm going to inhale, reach my right leg out to a challenging level. Exhale to pull in, left leg extends, exhaling as we pull back in. Think engage again your obliques for single legs. We'll do 4, 3, 2, last one on the left. Then we're going out with both legs on an inhale, scooping into our low abs on our exhale as we come back in. Inhale out, exhaling as we pull back in, drawing those abs in towards our backs. Again, holding our neutral spines the entire time. Let's do 3, 2, last one. Arms up, heads down. Relax the feet. Again, give yourselves a stretch, sway those knees, hug them, stretch them, whatever feels best. And then the last thing that we're going to do here for this like warm-up core series will be straight legs. Reminder, if the necks are an issue, head stay down. If you have tight hamstrings, you can always do a little bend to your knees. So let's go arms up, knees into our tabletop position. Legs go straight up to the ceiling. We're going to curl ourselves up into our abdominal curls again. Lower the right leg down. Exhale, lift. Left leg lowers. Exhale, lift. Again, straight down, straight up with those legs. Let's do 4, 3, one more right, one more left. When that left leg comes up, pause, both legs lower on an inhale. We're scooping into our low abs to lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Draw the abs in towards your backs. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, arms up, head down. relax our feet. We're gonna hang our straps up onto the pegs. And then once we hang our straps up, we're gonna sit ourselves off to the sides of our reformers. Now, when we sit ourselves off to the sides, we're gonna do a single light spring so the heavy comes off. I'm gonna put my foot bar up one position. So not all the way up, it's a halfway position here. And then we're gonna take our hands onto the foot bar and we're gonna stand onto our carriages. Careful because you are on a very light spring. Thumb should be with your fingers, your toes can be curled over the edge, and I have my feet just about that fist distance away from each other, so about sits bones distance out. I'm gonna shift my weight forward so my chest is over my foot bar and my shoulders are over my hands. On an inhale, the arms don't move. The legs are gonna push our carriage out into a plank, and then you're gonna tuck your pelvis, hike your hips to bring the carriage back in. So we're gonna inhale to slowly push away, and then we're gonna exhale, tuck pike to come back in. Now, if you want that a little more challenging, you can walk your feet a little further back, and it is going to be lighter with the springs if you walk your feet a little further back, so up to you. Inhale, the legs push, we tuck, we scoop into our core to pull that carriage back in. Out. Exhale, scoop to come back in. Let's do 3 more here. 2, and then last one, out and pike. Now you're gonna push yourselves back out into a plank and you're gonna hold your planks. We're gonna bend the knees this time, stretch our legs, bend the knees, stretch legs. Shoulders stay right over our hands. Inhale, bend, exhale, stretch. Think, draw your abs away from the floor. 3, 2, 1. Okay, tuck, lift, bring those carriages back in. If you want to shift your weight back, you can. We are going to come down onto our knees next. And then once we get down onto our knees, our feet are gonna be up against the shoulder blocks. Our hands now are gonna go on the platform rather than on the foot bar. And then I'm gonna set up into a 4-point kneeling position, shoulders over the hands, hips are right over the knees. Neutral spine. I'm gonna push the carriage out with my knees, pause. Then I'm gonna push out with my arms, pause. Pull in with my arms first, pull in with my knees last, so we're finishing in that 4-point kneeling. So the knees push out, hold your neutral, don't collapse into your low backs. Arms push out, arms pull in, and knees pull in. So we can inhale, push out with the knees, we can keep that inhale when we go out with the arms, exhale in with the arms and the knees. Knees push, arms pull, knees pull. Let's go for 2. And then last one, knees, arms, and knees. Now we can bring those carriages all the way back in. Change to a heavy spring, take off your light, and then our foot bars are gonna go up to the starting position, so just the normal position of the foot bar here. Hands are gonna go wide onto your foot bars. Your feet are still up against your shoulder blocks. Thumbs are with your fingers. My chest is over my foot bar. I'm gonna lift my knees, stretch my legs, and hold. We're doing long stretch. Arms are gonna push the carriage away. Arms are gonna bring us back in. We inhale to push, and we exhale to pull back in. Legs are staying long, abs in, butts down. Range of motion is always up to you for this series. Arms push, arms pull. Let's do 1 more. Out, in, and then you can lift your hips, slide your feet down, and then just feel free to give yourselves a little stretch back. Okay, we're gonna change to a medium spring. Take off your heavy. You don't have to do this when you're standing up like me, but your foot bars are gonna go straight up and down. If they can't go straight up and down, that's fine. You can just keep it at the highest position possible. You might just have to walk your feet a little further forward for these. We're doing some side planks. So feet can go back up against the shoulder blocks. Again, if it's too far back, walk your feet a little further forward. Left hand center, right hand off to the side. Rotate both toes to the right side. My arms are, or my chest is like back, so my shoulders are not quite over my arms here. I'm going to inhale, slowly push my carriage out, and I'm gonna rotate my hips to the right side of the room. I'm kind of dropping that left hip down, and you can either keep your right hand on the foot bar or you can take it off, and then you're gonna tuck, round, rotate your hips back to the floor when you come back in. So the right hand here is an option. You can keep it down if you want. Inhale, push out, rotate your hips to the right side of the room, and then you're gonna tuck, round, rotate your hips back to the floor when we come in. Inhale out, exhale round to come back in. We want to use those left obliques to pull the carriages back in. Let's do 3, exhale in, 2, and 1, and back. Okay, once we come back in, take both hands wide onto your foot bar again, rotate your toes back to the front. Right hand center, left hand stays to the side, rotate your toes to the left. Again, inhale, push out. Left hand can either stay on the foot bar or it can come off like mine. Rotate your hips to the left side, tuck your pelvis, rotate your hips back to the floor when you come in. So it's an inhale to push out, and exhale to round and come back in. We want, again, those right obliques to engage to help pull our carriages back. And I am kind of dropping my right hip down just so I can get a little more challenge to pull the carriage in. Let's do 2 and 1. Okay, then once we come back in, pause in, we're gonna step ourselves off to the sides. We are gonna put our foot bars all the way back down again, and then we're gonna change back to a heavy spring. Take off the blue. Now, once we get onto our heavy spring, we're gonna kind of do like a variation of snake and twist. I like to do a little bit of a different version each time just because I hate this exercise. You can either step onto the wooden platform, which will get you a little more range of motion, but it'll technically be a little easier because you have more resistance, or you could step your foot to the foot bar. You're gonna get a little less range of motion, but it is gonna be a little harder because you'll have a little less resistance on those springs. I'm gonna start on the platform and see how I feel. So left foot is gonna go onto, again, the platform or the foot bar. It's closer to you rather than the center or out in front of you. And then our left hand is gonna go to the front corner of your carriage, and then your right hand is going to go to the shoulder block furthest away. So left foot is back, but your hands are forward. Then from this position, I'm going to stand on my left leg, hook my right leg behind my left, and then we're going to push our carriages out on an inhale. I'm going to dip my, my right hip down towards the carriage, tuck my pelvis, lift back in. You know what? I'm going to go to that. I'm gonna go to the foot bar, make it a little more challenging for myself here. Okay, so my right leg is hooked. I'm gonna push out, drop my right hip down, kind of look over my left shoulder, round through my spine, and bring it back in. Out, dip the hip, look over your shoulder, lift your hip, bring it back in. Let's do 3, 2, and then last one. I don't talk much during these because I hate them. Okay, other side. You can walk on over to the other side. So again, you can go foot bar, which is technically going to be a little easier, or sorry, platform, which is going to be easier. Foot bar makes this a little more challenging. I'm going to take my right foot on. Again, it's closer to me. My hands go further away from my body. So right hand to the front corner, opposite away from you, left hand to the shoulder block furthest away. And then I'm gonna step my left foot and I'm gonna hook it behind my right onto the foot bar. Okay, push out, hold. Drop your left hip, look over your right shoulder, round through your hips, bring it back in. Push, drop the hip, look over your shoulder, tuck round to come back in. Out, in. 3 more. 2, and 1. And in. Okay, once you come back in, we're gonna pause. We are gonna stay on this heavy spring. Nothing else is on. We're gonna lie ourselves back down and your foot bars can stay down. Now, when we get down onto our reformers, neutral spines again, we're gonna reach behind us and grab our short loops. It is lighter than when we started, so it's gonna be a little less work on your neck, a little easier to curl up, but I do want it lighter for the series because it is a little nicer on your necks. Arms are gonna go straight up to the ceiling, neutral spines, knees are gonna go up into a tabletop position. Now we're gonna try to hold our neutral spines. We're gonna go ahead and extend both legs up to the ceiling. As I curl up, I'm gonna lower my right leg down towards my foot bar, and then I'm gonna inhale, return back. Then I'm gonna lower my left leg the next time I curl, and then I'm gonna inhale, return. So exhale, curl, lower one leg, and inhale back. Exhale, curl, lower the opposite leg, and inhale back. So we're alternating right and left. It's an exhale up, and an inhale back. We're gonna do one more right, one more left. And then last one on the left. Okay, now the next time we come up, keep both legs straight up to the ceiling. Pause, inhale, lower the right leg down. Lift, lower the left leg down. Lift, hold your curls. Right, lift, left, lift. Arms stay long, wrists stay long. Let's do one more right, one more left. Okay, when that left leg comes up, bend your knees, arms up, head down. Relax the feet, give yourselves a stretch. The next time we come up into our curls, we're gonna be lowering and lifting both legs. So let's go arms up to the ceiling, knees in our tabletop position, legs go straight up. As we curl, we're lowering both legs on that exhale. Inhale to return down to a challenging level. They do not have to go super low if you don't feel comfortable with them going that far down. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, keep those legs up. 1 curl, hold, lower both legs down to a challenging level, lift, hold your curls, lower both legs, lift. 4, 3, think scoop into your low abs, 2, 1, bend, and come down. Give it a little stretch. Okay, we are going to hang our straps back up onto the pegs. We are sitting off to the sides of our reformers. And then once we sit ourselves off to the sides, we're gonna stay on a red spring. Our foot bars are going up to the starting position. We're kneeling on our reformers and we're facing the foot bars. When we kneel and we face the foot bar, the feet are gonna be up against the shoulder blocks here. We're gonna start a little easier and then make these a little more challenging, and then we're gonna give ourselves a stretch after this. Thumbs are with your fingers, neutral spine. I'm gonna shift my hips forward, maintaining my neutral, and I'm gonna reach my chest through my arms. My shoulders are down out of my ears. I'm going to keep my pelvis in the same position. On an inhale, my arms are gonna push the carriage out, and then I'm gonna reach my chest through my arms as I come back in. My hips again are just staying in the same spot. So I'm inhaling to push away, and then I'm exhaling to reach my chest through as I come back in. Inhale, push, and exhale, pull back in. Okay, we're gonna go for 2. And then last one, out and in. Okay, then once we come back in, your butt can sink back. If you need to get off your wrist for a second, you can give your wrists a little roll. You can give your shoulders a little roll. We are going to move our knees a little further forward for this next one. So hands are going to stay. Our knees are going to go just like an inch or so away from the edge, and the toes are curled underneath us. From here, I'm going to sink my butt back towards my heels. So I'm going to go like a couple of fist distance away from my heels here, trying to hold a neutral spine still. I'm going to lift my knees up, hold them a couple inches off the carriage stay. Legs go out. We keep the little hovers, we bend to come back in. So long legs, keep the hovers, we come back in, out, in, try to hold that neutral spine the entire time. 3, 2, 1. Okay, knees down, feet back up against the shoulder blocks, hips stay lifted, arms push out, drop your chest down towards the springs. Hold here. In through the nose, out through the mouth with your breath. Okay, now from here, if you want to take your feet into your headrest and drop your hips down towards your heels, you can, for more of a child's pose. If it feels better to keep them lifted, you can keep them lifted, or you can go like low hips, high hips, low hips, high hips, up to you. Okay, then wherever you're at, carriages will come back in. Hands are gonna stay in your foot bars. Feet are back up against your shoulder blocks. Toes are curled underneath you. Chest is over the foot bar. I'm gonna lift my knees, stretch my legs, hold another plank. I'm gonna push my arms out, pause. Arms do not move. You're gonna tuck your pelvis, hike your hips, push your legs out, your arms don't move. Exhale, tuck, pike, inhale out. Scoop into your core to lift and push. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, walk forward, drop your heels down. Feel free to give yourselves a little stretch back. You can nod your head, you can roll out your wrists if you want to. We're gonna step ourselves off to the sides, and we are all finished with that core workout. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today.